Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really sorry that I haven't filmed a video in such a long time. I think it's been like 6 months. I kind of got out of the routine of making them and uploading them, and I was a little bit disheartened as well because I got like 2 dislikes on the video or something. And yeah, I guess it's a little bit off-putting when you have just started, but people can be mean, so whatever. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my everyday makeup tutorial that I wear for my glasses and things like that. It's not really too different to what I wear when I wear contact lenses, but I do bear in mind that I'm going to need something a little heavy duty around my eye area to make sure that my nose isn't going to get oily and that my glasses aren't going to wipe off my makeup basically. So yeah, if you are interested in a full coverage makeup tutorial for glasses wearers, then keep on watching. So I'm going to be starting off with my Body Shop Seaweed Oil Control Gel Cream. Bit of a tongue twister, but whatever. This moisturiser is okay, but the thing is it has dried out my skin, so I feel like I have to put on like half the tub, to be completely honest. Probably won't bother repurchasing it. It has a really refreshing smell and texture though, so if you have like oily skin, this would be really nice. So just while I let that sink in for a few minutes, I'm going to be putting on some Ballistics Raspberry Lemonade lip balm stuff. It's really important to apply lip balm whenever you're wearing a liquid lip, otherwise it will just sit on the surface of your lips and it will look really chalky, I find. I'm now going to be using the Body Shop Insta Blur. This is a really nice primer. I've only used it a few times, but it's not too silicone-y, and I don't like the feel of those kind of really waxy primers like, sorry I keep saying the Smashbox Photo Ready. I'm not really a fan of that kind of texture. I feel like it's just really gross and oily almost. So I like to just focus this on anywhere I have like humongous pores, which is all over my nose, my chin, and then I just smooth it on the rest of my face to help smooth out any dry patches. Now that my primer has like sunk in a little bit, it doesn't really take that long to sink in, the Insta Blur, I'm going to be applying my foundation. I'm using the All Nighter foundation by Eyebrow at the moment in 0.5, which is the light shade. It's quite yellow tone, so I'd say if you're really pink but pale, probably not the greatest shade range if I'm honest, because I think 1.0 is quite dark, and these do oxidise as well, so I would avoid this foundation if you are paler than me, if that is possible. I just apply about a pump and a half, and then I just tap this all over my face with my Zoeva buffing brush, just like this, and buff in, needless to say. I do also like to pat before I buff sometimes, just to get a little extra coverage. This foundation is pretty good. I was really excited for it when it came out because I do like a full coverage foundation. It does last really well throughout the day. I wear glasses and I also have combination skin, so I'm quite an awkward testee of this foundation, and it just holds up pretty well. So for concealer, I'm going to be mixing 2 today. I've got the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Concealer Creme. Is it the tattoo? I think they've just reformulated it and called it the Lock-It Concealer Creme rather than the actual tattoo one. Whatever. And then I've got the Naked Skin Concealer by Urban Decay. I'm in the shade Fair Neutral for the Urban Decay one and White Out for the Kat Von D one. I like to mix these underneath my eyes, and then for the rest of my face where I've got any redness, particularly around like the dry patches where the foundation hasn't stuck, I just use the Naked Concealer. So by some people's standards, I've applied quite a lot to my face. I do like the full coverage look. I do have quite a lot of acne scarring, like hyperpigmentation, that kind of thing, as well as redness and sometimes dark circle as well. Dark circles. So yeah, I'm just taking my beauty blender and God, I cannot talk today. Oh, just taking my beauty blender and blending it out. So now that I've blended all of that out and I look like a complete raving lunatic with white patches under my eyes, I'm going to go in and set my face with the Kat Von D. I can't open it. Here we go. The Kat Von D powder foundation in like 42. I find that this is a really good way to stop my foundation from oxidizing throughout the day. What I like to do now is take my damp beauty blender and take my setting powder again, and just get a little bit, well I say a little bit, a lot on my beauty blender, and where my glasses sit I just like to press almost as if I'm baking where my glasses will be. This just adds like an extra layer of matte, I guess, so that my foundation stays put and my glasses don't slip and slide all over my face and take my makeup with it. So I'm just going to leave it like this for now, and then when I get on to doing my bronzer and contour, I'll just brush it away. I'm going to move on to my eyebrows. At the moment, I'm kind of flitting between two products. I don't particularly like either of them. I've got the Brow Archery by Soap & Glory. This is the 2-in-1 product. Yeah. So it comes like this. You've got the sculpting end with the crayon, and then you've got the other end with the brow gel. To be honest, the only thing I like about this is the gel, because I don't have one at the moment. This is very dry, it pulls out my hairs, not gonna lie, and the product just, it doesn't even last that long, so that's kind of a bit of a mess. And then I have the Archery DIY Brow Bar 4-in-1 Shaping, Perfecting, Highlighting and Taming Kit. This is also by Soap & Glory. Don't know if I just said that or whatever. This is a cute little palette. It comes with a really nice mirror and also some tools that you can use. Again, this isn't great. You've got, I think this is the only colour it comes in. You've got like a dark brown, but then the other product's like green. Who the fuck has green eyebrows? I mean, what? So I'm just going to take a spoolie. This is just a Morphe one that I got with the set that Jake bought me. Just brush through my brows. Just so that they lay flat. I'm now taking a Zoeva 317 winged liner brush. This is amazing for eyebrows. I've used this for years and years. And I'm just taking this waxy product. Let me get rid of these little brushes, whatever. It's just this waxy product up here, and I'm just loading it up on my brush so that when I dip into the dark brown, you get like a putty kind of texture, a bit like the dip brown. And then I like to get it nice and fine. And then I start at the end of my brows. As I get towards the front of my brow, I use less and less wax so I get that kind of ombre brow look. And then I just fill it in with any excess like powder I've got on my brush. So now I have these really odd looking eyebrows. They're not remotely even at all. It doesn't really matter, to be honest, because now I'm going to carve them out. I just use my brow line brush by Zoeva and some MAC Studio Finish Concealer. I think I have NW15. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start from the edge of my brow and work my way down. And then at the top, and just drag it along. And then when I get to the curve of my brow, is that what it's called? The arch. There you go. I just curve it a little. And now I'm going underneath and repeating the same process pretty much. And now I'm just going to do the same for my other brow to make it match. So now moving on to bronzing my face and contouring, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Shading Light palette. And I'm taking the shade Shadow Clay, I think. I assume so. I'm just going to be taking this on a large fluffy brush. This is the Luxe Face Definer by Zoeva. Just going to be taking a little bit of that and using it to bronze up my face a little bit and add back some colour. I just do it in the traditional 3 kind of motion. I'm now going to be using a more defined, like tapered brush. This is the Luxe Cheek Finish brush by Zoeva, and I'm going to be taking the shade Sombre. Yeah, I think that's which one it is. It's just like a very cool tone brown. I'm going to be taking that on the brush just to contour my cheeks. So now that's done, I just like to take a little bit on the same brush and I just like to taper it in a little bit more. You can also use a different brush if you feel like it. Sometimes I like to use these little 227s from Zoeva. They're quite good, however I find a bigger brush can help blend out the product a little more. And I just take that on the sides of my nose. Power outside. So now I move on to highlight. You don't have to do this now, you can do it like after eyeshadow and stuff like that, which sometimes I do if I'm doing a darker colour on my lid, just to stop my highlight from mixing with the fallout and things like that. I'm just going to be taking a highlight brush, the Luxe Highlight 105 from Zoeva, and the Urban Decay Afterglow 8 Hour Powder Highlighter in Sin. This is really nice. I'd say if you're looking for good drugstore highlighters, the Makeup Revolution ones are probably the best. They come in like a palette of 8, I think, and they are £8, around that price anyway. I then like to apply some on my nose and Cupid's bow. So for eyes, I'm going to be using just my Tartelette in the Bloom palette. I really like this because it comes with a massive mirror. The formulation is really nice and they smell like chocolate, so that's pretty good. I'm going to be taking the shade Flower Child, which is just like this neutral pink colour here, and applying that all over my lid just to neutralise the lid colour. And now I'm just going to take a flat shader brush, shader brush. So I have loads of fallout on here. And I'm going to be taking the white shade called Charmer. It's just a matte white. and applying that as my brow highlight. So now as a transition colour, I'm going to be using Smarty Pants, which is this your bog standard, like medium toned warm brown. Just taking a really fluffy Morphe brush and placing it in my crease in my outer corner. Yeah. And now I'm just taking the shade Funny Girl, which is a really pigmented shimmery colour. It's so pretty. It's one of my favourite eyeshadows ever. And I'm just taking my flat shaded brush again and patting this on my lid. It just gives a really pretty wash of glitter to the lid. I'm now going to darken up the crease a little bit, and just to add a little bit of definition as well. I think I'm going to go with Rebel, which is, I don't really know how to describe this. I guess it's like a mauvey colour. And I'm just taking a 227 from Zoeva as well. And just really carefully starting on the outer crease and working that in ever so slightly and to my outer corner. So I'm just going to take a pencil brush with the same shade and apply that on my lower lash line. And I'm just taking the brush that I used a minute ago, my 227, to blend that out a little bit. Yeah. So I'm just going to curl my lashes and then apply my Thick and Fast Soap and Glory mascara. This is pretty good actually. I found it quite difficult to find any decent mascara from the drugstore, so this seems to be pretty good. So now I'm done with my face and my eye makeup. I can put my glasses back on. These look really dirty. Oh, gross. Oh, I can see. Yay. So for lips, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in Lovesick. Yeah, Lovesick. I either use this or Bow and Arrow during the day. But I quite like this. This is a really pretty pink colour. Quite different to what I normally go for. So that is the finished look. I hope you guys like this tutorial. Please subscribe to my channel and give me a big thumbs up if you want. Would be nice. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.